Good evening.
6:30, I recognize a couple minutes past that, but I appreciate everybody's patience. This is the last of the general public hearings from the standpoint of gathering input. And whilst we've been doing this, we've also been working through a number of the subcommittees, as well as with the core team, to look at potential opportunities for plans for the farm from a comprehensive level. And tonight's meeting, what we did was we broke the meetings. We had the first initial one on the 26th of February, just to kick it off, and then we had a day meeting, a weekend meeting, and this is the evening meeting. And I just want to walk through and let people know where we are and talk about the process as we go forward, so that there's a clear understanding of what we're doing and give some people some insight at where we are. So we started with, as those who have participated and the members of my core team and subcommittees chairs that are here, which is the vast majority of them, know the county executive defined a mission for us that was focused on 4 key areas, which articulated here, which is the financial, environmental, social, and historic responsibility for the stewardship of Tilly Foster Farm. And so the plan that we will come up with and present to the legislature in mid-May will incorporate all of those. And the idea is to come up with a sustainable plan to allow the farm to remain in those 4 categories and really for the benefit of the residents of this county. The objective of this meeting this evening is to gather input from the members of the community in order that we can really best understand what general thinking is, and incorporate that with all the other information that we've gathered through the other public hearings, as well as through the information that has been provided to us through the website that we put up and the email that we put up, where people have been just putting ideas in and feeding it to the county. And we've been gathering that information and then just working through the subcommittees with regard to that. So from a process standpoint, just so everybody knows, we had defined two levels of teams, and Margie's not here, but Dina is. I call it the reverse Cornell model. So the Cornell model is you start with a hub and you feed out. We're using the process a little bit differently, where we've created 11 spokes, being the subcommittees, and we're actually feeding into the core team. And so we developed a core team from the onset, and I am chairing that core team, and we've got a number of people on that core team. Many are here. Chairman Albano from the legislature has been working with me very closely on this core team and really trying to gather as much information as we can in from all the subcommittees that I'm going to put on here next. So the core team, when we first got together, laid out 11 different sub-teams where we thought there was the need to investigate what ideas were in the community, what thoughts were in the community. And the idea was we picked a subcommittee chair that not only was a subject matter expert in the area, but also had the Rolodex to be able to reach into the community and outside the community, meaning outside Putnam County, to identify different opportunities and other subject matter experts. And we've been using this process heretofore, and it's actually worked very well. We've had a lot of cross-pollination through the committees by virtue of the meetings we've had, and just by virtue of the fact that nothing really works in isolation here. But it's been a good process for us, and we've got a lot of the subcommittee chairs here this evening that have been working through this process. So tonight I'm trying to just give you the overview of where we are, and we've obviously, as I've indicated, we've had a number of these hearings where we've gathered lots of information, and we've been going through those pieces of information and ideas and strategies and comprehensive thoughts with the members of the community when we break out into the teams. So what we do through this process is, rather than listen to me sit here and speak about this, is we break up into, in this case, we're going to break up into 4 different groups, which will be led by subcommittee chairs, and we basically vet out different ideas in those 4 groups. And then we collectively take all that information and integrate it, synthesize it, look for synergistic opportunities as well as challenges that are presented by any of these. And then we investigate those. And where we are today is we had a meeting that was, I guess it was about mid last week, where we pulled in the subcommittee chairs as well as the core team and vetted through all the things that we've heard through these public hearings and all the things that we've actually gotten on the emails. And then we've divided those into different subcommittee teams to start doing some investigation from the financial, environmental, stewardship, environmental perspective, and really trying to investigate and develop a business plan for those, recognizing that we still had this meeting to go through and another couple weeks of vetting things out. But obviously, given the very compressed time frame, we were going to work things in parallel. So we're in the process of trying to gather information for a number of different ideas that have come up through the process. So the real objective of tonight is to solicit more ideas and to work with the subcommittee chairs in the 4 groups we're going to break up to vet through different ideas. And I'm quite sure that the subcommittee chairs who are here, who will be leading those discussions, will try to investigate and interrogate different ideas to just really solicit the best ideas at the end of the day so that we can further develop those. So these are the breakout groups that we've got defined, and recognizing we've got this whole space. There's a room right next door here, and there's also a room next door there. What we did at the last meeting on the 5th of April, Saturday, we broke out into the 4 corners and kind of got everybody to go into whichever group they were going to be in, and then from there, either set up a table there, or one team went into the room next door, one went in the back corner. There's plenty of room in this building, so that's not going to be an issue. And we've got the tables actually set up that Felix set up for us. So where is he, by the way? Did he leave already? No. I did want to thank Paladin and Felix especially for allowing us to use this facility for this public hearing because it really worked out well on that Saturday for us. We figured we would use it again tonight. Kind of a central location. It's also it's got a great view of the lake if anybody took a walk outside on the lawn. But so I'm going to come back to this page because I do want to talk a little bit about the ground rules. And I guess before I talk to that preliminary schedule, you'll see that we're on the April 16th piece. May 1st is what we're shooting for a comprehensive plan. Recognizing that we'll be going into the ledge at about mid-May, so between May 1st and actually when we go into the Physical Services Committee meeting, we'll be vetting through, and it's very likely we'll have another public hearing to talk about actually what we're going to present to the Physical Services portion of the legislature. But the date hasn't been solidified yet. We're trying to work out through a number of people's calendars. So this is the last of the open public hearings from the standpoint of gathering information. Next time we have a public hearing, it'll be more about feeding information out and getting some input with ideas based on what we're planning on to go into the Physical Services Committee. So with regard to the ground rules, and we've had some very good debates through these hearings, but what's very important is that you respect the other people that do have ideas, whether or not you agree with them or not. The idea and the purpose of these meetings is to solicit as many ideas as we can, and then to allow the people who are on the core teams, people who are on the subcommittees, and all the other people who are involved with these to vet through them in a very systematic way. So, I would implore you that as people are speaking, give them the opportunity to speak, let them clearly articulate what their ideas are. And obviously, we encourage questions, we encourage trying to evaluate things as best as we can, but you have to be courteous, you have to allow people to talk. It is not a grandstanding opportunity, because I can assure you those will be shut down. But that being said, I will go back to the team meetings. Just want to make sure people are aware of this. We do have the opportunity for people to submit their ideas through this website. It goes to Terry Oliver, who's in my office. She prints all those, and then we take those and give them out to the subcommittee chairs for the appropriate committees where they seem, and I go through all of them as well. So I would encourage anybody, or encourage you, or if you want to pass it along to somebody, they could submit to this, whether it's anonymous, whether people want to, put their names on, that's fine. But that opportunity is available for people. And then we also take the presentations and anything that of note, and we actually push it out through the website as well, so people have that opportunity to watch the process as it goes along, whether or not they have time or the desire to participate is clearly their call. I'm going to go back to the group committees. And these are going to be the groups that we're going to break out into. So, because right now we have the 4 tables here, depending on the size of any committee, what we'll do is we'll set up group 1 back where Mr. Cook is sitting, group 2 to the table on the right in the back, group 3 right where Lori Terrell is sitting, and then group 4 where we've got you guys sitting in Megan's groups right there. So if we want to break out into those groups, we'll spend the next hour and 45 minutes working through those.